What's up, everybody? Today's video, bit of an interesting one. All I had was the GoPro. I didn't take the big camera like I'm recording right now, with the intentions of, just kind of getting some shots. And I had my other GoPro, which I wanted to do some underwater footage, release shots in particular. Unfortunately, I deleted those, not knowing that I deleted them. As well, there was some footage of a tragic incident where I got tangled in the trees, stabbed my finger with the streamer hook, and those blood, as gore. It would have been epic. You guys missed out. So anyway, yeah, it was an interesting day. I'll just put it that way. Started out pretty solid, and then it progressed. I didn't get a lot of it on video. At the end there, fell in the river. Got tangled, got stabbed with my own hooks, and lost a bunch of flies. It's going to be a bit of a long video, but, I'm just trying to put as much in these videos as possible. Again, walking through, touching base on what I'm doing, my techniques and everything. So anyway, with that being said, hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, hit up the Patreon, all that good stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, all. Peace. I'm gonna move up to the head of this run here and start at the top, work my way down. We got a nice riffle up here that drops into some slower, deeper water down below. So we'll see how that approach works for us. Just get some line out. Started getting close, work my way out. And at this flow, having this sink tip line is going to help my flies get down into the zone better. Without having full sinking, I can kind of manipulate and mend with the floating portion of the line to help stall, to get that drift and my fly depth where I want it. Again, always keeping my rod tip down, filling for the strike, and strip set when you get a hit. Don't lift on the rod tip. That mending I can utilize to redirect the movement of my streamers, or to hold in position in an area to see if I can't get a little more reaction out of the fish in that one spot if I feel like there should be fish in there. So I can bring it back out. Hold it in that lane a little longer. Down a couple steps. Try this right side here real quick. There's a shelf on this river right. Nice out here though. Visibility, water, excellent. There you are. That was a real kind of light eat. I had to lift on that. I felt when I stripped, and then I let go before I was able to really connect, so I kind of lifted up to get contact again. Hopefully this fish stays on. It's a nice fish. on, don't just roll on the surface. Get up here. All right. Yeah. Good brown. So you eat that streamer on the point. Look for y'all. Yeah. Gorgeous fish. Awesome. Thank you, fish. Cool. So again, that was on the point fly, 10 feet from my fly line. Olive scopany bait fish looking pattern. All right, so we can find another one. He was on the far side over there. Let me get my net situated again. Okay, so with this 15-foot sink tip, being a type 6, which is rated about 6 inches a second, I have two 4mm beaded tungsten streamers on there, and that's it. No other weight tied in. Your mending and how you're able to stall the drift can determine and dictate where your depth of the rig is going to be. So if I didn't strip right or mend after I made the cast, so I'll demonstrate here. So let's say I made the cast and didn't strip, you can see how the belly starts to form almost immediately, and it's going to start swinging and pulling the flies, lifting the flies up in the water column. Regardless of how much weight is in on those flies, they're going to start pulling up, especially at the velocity and speed that this current's pushing at. Now if I made the same cast again and then made a mend upstream, now it's stalling. Now where my flies are and the sink tip, it's gonna sink. Now if I mend and let some of the slack come out, now it's definitely allowing your flies are still moving downstream, but there's no tension on from your rod or yourself to pull and pivot the flies over to this side. They're sinking, but they're drifting and sinking in the same water, in the same drift line basically. So incorporating that mend early on will help your fly sink and get down to where the fish might be holding or closer to him if these fish aren't wanting to come up. So that last fish I caught was definitely near the bottom. It was after probably that mend or the second set of mends that I threw in there to help get these flies back down and get contact with the bottom again. So that can be important. But if these fish are aggressive, conditions are good, temperature, they're feeding aggressively, for whatever reason, you may not even need to mend. You just need to get in contact with your flies immediately in order to be ready for a hit or a strike. Or you're fishing close to the bank. Obviously the bank isn't that deep, so you just need to get tight right away. So but you can always add in a mend in between or throughout the swing and drift in order to stall your flies. Big cast, big mend, stall it, let it get down. Get some line out again. Now when I have water that's moving at this pace, I can do two things. I can either strip back in, so I grab my line, pull through, let go, grab it again, pull, so I'm pulling my flies back towards me. Now the other thing I can do is what I refer to as a seesaw method. I'll show you here. So I make my cast, I raise it up, big mend, I lock it in my finger here, but when I strip, I don't let it go. I bring my hand back up, I pull down,
bring it back up, pull down, bring it back up. So my flies just pivot and saw across the swath of water here that I'm working. So if I want to and I mend back this way, it's holding that fly in that same spot. You know, if I'm thinking or assuming there's a fish that's going to be in a certain spot, I can kind of swing that fly back and forth and give it some darting motion in order to hold it in that fish's face, giving them the opportunity to take it or not. So usually at the end of the drift is when I'll start stripping back in order to cover the water closest to me, make my mend. So let it come back out, let it come back out. And having all that tension of the current pushing against the belly of my line, the floating part of my line, keeps tension. So a lot of times I can feel the hit. Like that last fish, it was pretty dull. It wasn't a real aggressive hit, but I felt it and was able to react and respond to connect to that fish. That's a fish. Trying to work my way back across, but it troughs out and gets fairly deep on this right side of me. So, like, well, if there's depth, just keep working down. I wasn't really expecting it. It's right here, but that one, a rainbow. Sweet. Okay. Alright, we're gonna come over, we're gonna nymph this pool right here. See what we can turn. Got the Shadow X. And I don't know what I'm going to tie on. Probably something on the heavier side, being that this has got a lot of volume in it, and we need to get down. So 12 or 14 size range, 4 to 3.5, 3 mil beads. So we'll take a look in the box here. Go run a flash fave up top. Flash fave, and then on the point I'll run a comp hair zero with a 4 mil bead, size 14. Okay. I want to work the calmest area of this pool because This hydraulic on the right side is pretty turbulent, and will do everything it can to prevent my flies from getting down. And obviously I want my flies to get down. So these fish are hanging out. Very difficult to know where my flies are, just because of how turbulent the current is. A lot of upwelling, a lot of push side to side. On the bottom. Just trying to get in that zone. Tough. Now this pool has evolved. It's got a mud berm that's protruded out. Very different than it used to be. There you are, right at the back end. There's a big boulder right there. You're sitting right behind that boulder. Just as I was trying to get some more line out. Nice. I wasn't recording for the eat, but got a rainbow. Nice bow. All right. Here. Another one. Oh, dropped him. Another bow. Looks like a little stalker, that one. I may have had a hit there. There's one. I ran streamers all through this spot and didn't have a single fish turn. No bump, no tag. Usually rainbows are fairly aggressive, but they just want to eat nymphs. So I'm giving them nymphs. Very nice, bro. Facing right into the glare. There we go. Rainbow this one. A little guy, but came to play. Ah, that was a hit. Dang it. Just nipped it. Stung him. Shoot. Normally don't get him back again. That was a fish. Little guy. More line on the cast. I don't want to kick up more mud. And hung up right at our gate. Maybe I shouldn't fish the Euro rod. What a waste. That brown out there. Oh, and he's off. Sweet. Stuck in the mud, I'd twist my whole body around. There's one. Ooh. That's fish. Felt some ticking down there and finally was like, I better set. He was chewing on it. Get a better look at a rainbow. Ready? Your bow. Fish. Well, wasn't recording, but fell in the river. Wrapping up this day anyway. I was trying to cross to get on that side. Just a little better angle to fish from. See if you guys can hear me with the audio. Getting submerged. Anyway, wrapping it up. Just working my way down. Pick up maybe one more fish. That was one. There's the side I wanted to do. There's one. Ah, stick fish. All right, well, that wraps up our day. Yeah, that didn't quite end as well as I wanted it to. Being submerged and, you know, got a little cold, but I can deal with it. Yeah, so, you know, just working my way back to the vehicle at the end there. Had one more fish, thump it, and that was pretty much it. Kind of a, you know, weird, odd day, you know, just getting caught in the trees, tangled, stabbing myself with my streamer and bleeding.
but caught some fish. So, you know, take the good with the bad and roll with it. So anyway, a lot of off-camera stuff where I was, cursing a lot. So anyway, you know, that's pretty much it. Flies will be shown, and if I already didn't, and we'll catch you on the next time. Take care, y'all. Peace.